Bollywood Lakmé, in keeping with the tradition of opera frontier, in terms of challenging stereotypes people have about opera, and always striving to fuse different styles of music and dance and make it fresh and exciting and theatrical.
And Gail called me, and I immediately, when I heard the concept, I wanted to get involved because I just love the idea of fusing kind of East and West. So I was very excited to work with some really great singers and to be able to do some choreography and add in some very traditional Indian classical music. Because you guys have to think, in this portion, it's not like the whole time you're thinking, oh, I need to do this. In this one, it's very, like, you have to feel the beat, and that's all you need. Don't count, you feel the beat. So listen for the dhol and feel the beat. Don't count. And you can, it's okay to bounce a little because it's more free.
I think, I don't know, at least for myself, anytime I have to dance and sing at the same time, or even move and sing at the same time, sometimes it can be difficult. So we had Rashi come in and teach us some traditional classical Indian moves, very, very basic ones, and getting those to look right, I think, has been a little difficult. Yeah. But fun.
The basic movements are something that's all very core of Kathak, which is a North Indian style of classical dance, which is what I've been learning since I was about 6 or 7, so it's been over 20 years. But one of the very most common ones is a lotus flower, which is something very artistic in Indian culture. You always start off here, and it goes up to a twist and comes back down. And it's one of the most graceful movements in Indian dance. So that was I think the most challenging because of the fact that it's a twist. So I think everybody was kind of like, wait, I don't which way does it turn? But they all were great. And another one would be the spin, because it's very traditional for Kathak spinners to spin on their heel, and it's something very sharp. And it's also very similar to kind of like ice skating, where you pull it back in. So that was something that was a little challenging. The folk style of dance called Bhangra. It's native to the state of Punjab in India, and it's something very fun and upbeat, and we had a authentic dhol player come and play for you guys, and that's something that's very Bollywood. It's something that's very big, kind of like dance music in India, and those were a lot larger movements, a lot of arms spread out, a lot of shoulder shaking, and things like that, and so that was like a lot of fun to do because you just have to feel the beat, and they were really great about that.
Hi, my name's Zachary Puran Grewal. This is the North Indian dhol. It's a drum that's played in times of celebrations like weddings or maybe the birth of a new child.
My name is Kunin, and I play an instrument called the sarod, and I learned from a very great teacher, the great maestro Ali Akbar Khan. The tabla is the main accompanying instrument for the North Indian classical music. The tabla is two pieces. This is known as the baya. This is known as the tabla. Together they're called the tabla.
First, I have to give respect to my father, tabla maestro Kukuji Singh.
And the tabla is it accompanies all kinds of music in North India. So it's not even unusual to have it accompanying a French opera, actually. But it's very interesting to play with the Western instrumentation, and the opera singers are tremendous. They're terrific. So we're having a great time. This is
having a duet turn into a quartet so that you could have, not only for choreographic purposes, but so that singers can alternate. Two singers sing a phrase, two singers sing another phrase. Let's invert that so that there's difference in texture, so that there's constant movement, not only in the choreography, but in the vocal textures that the audience is hearing. So it was cut up like that to feature. It's like different flavors of ice cream or something that you're experiencing at different times in the music. And it just happened to pair really well with the choreography that. Okay, so team.
So the company and this piece in particular owe a lot to Zachary Gordon, who's essentially functioned as an artistic advisor from the very beginning. A company like ours can really only succeed if it does projects interesting enough to attract very talented people. And we've been very lucky with these projects.
And I've always been involved in sort of advisory capacity, helping cast things, giving advice to the singers that are involved, and it sort of has been morphing into this, okay, well, let's have you conduct things, and let's have you know, let's help shape, which is something I love to do and I don't get to do enough of. So I get to do all of those things with Opera Frontier in various little capacities.
So you get to do the easy, fun stuff. You don't have to
Right.
get the audience there, you don't have to coordinate, you don't have to pay. You just get to come in
get to be
and have the fun part of just shaping it artistically. I'm so jealous.
the show bulldog, as it were. Yeah.
But we're also so lucky to have. For example, I'd originally thought that for this piece, I would hire an arranger to do a kind of an electronic remix of it to get that beat. And it was really Zachary that said, you know, let's get a more authentic.
In the beginning, I was really worried, in fact, that it wouldn't really work, that the music would clash, or it would just sound tacky, or it would be, because there's a lot of opera fusion music that simply does not work, and it doesn't do justice to the music, and it doesn't really add anything other than kitsch. But I don't think this is one. I think this is a good attempt at both doing justice to the opera and then also paying tribute to the culture that inspired the opera in the first place.